My family didn't own a video game console until the GameCube. See, my mother thought that video games were too violent and addictive, so she refused to buy one for a very long time, which left me with my father's computer games like StarCraft, Warcraft, and Age of Empires. Because of this, I didn't experience the golden age of 3D platformers in the mid to late 90s. Mario 64, Crash Bandicoot, Banjo-Kazooie, Donkey Kong 64, Gex, Conker's Bad Fur Day? I've never touched any of them. Still haven't. And going back to them now, I don't know. I feel like I'm missing something. It makes covering a game like Yooka Laylee an awkward task. It's a nostalgic throwback to an era I have no nostalgia for. Kinda feels like I'm at the birthday party of a stranger. It sounded kinda fun, everybody's having a good time, but I don't feel like I belong. Still, I know the reputation of what Yooka Laylee is based on, and I trusted that enough to back the game myself. So let's see if I can put my mouth where my money was, and enjoy this non-nostalgic romp through Yooka Laylee. With this being a 3D platformer, I'm sure you're expecting me to start this review with how the game controls, or how much level variety there is. Nope. This is my review. And I went into this game wanting two things and two things only. Googly eyes on everything, and Grant Kirkhope's music. For those who don't know, Playtonic Games is made up of several employees that made the original Banjo-Kazooie, the game that Yooka Laylee is a spiritual successor to. This includes the composer, Grant Kirkhope, a man who went above and beyond for this soundtrack. It didn't matter where I was in the game. Jungle World, Ice World, boss battle, minigames. I could always stop what I was doing, sit back, listen, and smile. There's more than enough here to deserve a 10 out of 10 for music. I mean, really, the only way it could be better is if David Wise worked on it too. Oh man, nothing could ruin my mood right now. Except everything else in this game. Nah, I'm just kidding. I don't hate the game that much. Just parts of it. Take the gameplay as an example. When it comes to basic platforming, it's satisfying and responsive. Running, rolling, jumping, gliding, it all controls in an easy and fun way. And thankfully, that's what most of the game is. So you'll spend the majority of your time going around, gathering collectibles, and having a good time. Until the game tries to be more complex, which will almost always result in a dip in quality. There are the transformations, which range from okay, half decent, to this is fun? There's flight, which controls as well as I'd expect a bat carrying a lizard to. 3D water physics, which are 3D water physics. Combat, which is pointless. Incredibly lame minecart levels. And the minigames that are just so dull. I give the gameplay a 7 out of 10. As long as it doesn't stray too far from platforming, it is extremely fun. Everything else is hit or miss. Another hit or miss area was the level design. Except there's a lot more missing here. Every area is aesthetically pleasing, full of colorful environments and enjoyable characters, but they're all over the place in terms of quality. Some are open and easy to explore, others are cramped with confusing layouts, and none of them have a map. And I'm sure some of you are hearing that and saying, but it's about the adventure, about exploring. Who needs a map? Me. Because there's backtracking. You have to revisit areas as you learn abilities. And I can't remember where the area was that I needed to use this move, which is frustrating. See? Shovel Knight gets it. And then there are some areas that just do not make sense. My favorite is the vehicle platforming section. Level design gets a 5. When a game revolves around searching every nook and cranny for collectibles, it shouldn't be so infuriating to keep track of where you've been. And now we have the challenges themselves. Every main collectible in this game, known as pages, is rewarded upon completing a certain challenge. These range everywhere from bosses, to puzzles, to exploring, to minigames. Like the gameplay itself, most were fun, especially when they stuck to platforming. But with the gameplay, you could find a certain broken charm in the flaws, like an antique car or an outdated reference. When the challenges get bad, they will ruin your day. Let me tell you about the worst offender I found, Gloomy Gem Grotto. This segment requires you to carefully roll through an obstacle course to reach a pagey at the end. Sounds like a fun challenge, but wait, it's also dark. So you need a power-up to light your way, if you can call this lighting your way. And guess what? This power-up runs on a time limit. You have to deal with that alongside a swarm of enemies, ice physics, a stamina bar, and if you fail, you have to start the whole thing over again. Asinine challenges like this are scattered throughout the game. They are unfairly balanced, poorly designed, and sometimes they don't even tell you what you're supposed to do. Do I not have the right ability yet? Or am I missing something? I don't know. 5 out of 10 for these obnoxious challenges, which may not seem fair. For every bad pagey, there were 8 good ones. But where the good pagies give a fun little distraction, the bad ones made me never want to touch the game again. But I always came back. For all the infuriating experiences I had with this game, it exuded a certain charm that kept me coming back for more. The cheerful art style, the corny humor, and of course the music, helped me push through the very, very frustrating bits and enjoy the rest of the game. Overall, my critical rating for Yooka Laylee is 7 out of 10, and I would encourage you to try the game yourself. This is one of those games that you shouldn't base your purchase off of reviews. Try it at a friend's house, or watch a Let's Play. Depending on your gaming history and preferences, you will have a vastly different experience with it. A lot of the problems that other people have had with this game have meant nothing to me. Likewise, several of my problems have been non-issues for them. You might find that you would score this game very differently than I did. Especially so, given that my personal score for Yooka Laylee is a 3 out of 10. I'm sorry, Platonic Games. I respect your legacy and I wish you well in the future. But that stupid camera of yours jerks and spins around so much that Oh no, not again. Yep, this is over. This review's over. I'm never playing this game again. Good night, everybody.